Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Um, I just checked and I'm not certain who my sub is going to be, so it's either just Miss Gardner there or there's somebody else. But please be on your best behavior. So I love coming back and hearing that you guys were doing what you're supposed to do and right on task. We're going to just quickly review what we did yesterday, which was translating. So I'm going to kind of, if you would pull out your notebook from yesterday, with that page that had all the words on it, and especially the ones that were starred, and just kind of have that next to you as we are walking through these. So we're going to go ahead and translate and just read along. So we're going to start with 7, and then we have is equal to, so equal. And then remember, whenever we see a number, that's going to be our letter, so whatever letter you want to use. Y, and then plus, and 6. Okay? And that's all we have to do for right now. Let's try the next one. A number, so we'll go J, decreased by, which means minus 15, is equals, and 40. And that's it. All right, how about the next one? So 80. Oh, that's not an 8. Oh, what is that? 80. That's better. Is equivalent to, so all of that means equals 2 times a number. All right, yesterday we talked about the sum of, so if you look on your sheet, the sum of is under plus, but we don't ever start with a plus sign. So if you remember, we talked yesterday about looking for the word and is where the plus is going to go. So we're going to start with a number, and then we're going to add 3, x plus 3. Same thing for the product of. Product, if you look on your sheet, product means times, but we really need to look for the word and to know where we're going to put our times symbol. So this is going to look like 3 times a number is 9. And I didn't say this yesterday, but if you'll notice, I'm going to stop using X's for time symbols right now, because the problem with using an X type for a time symbol is that X represents our letter, now our variable. So we want to use little dots for times. All right, let's keep going. 4, and then we have more than, so plus, and a number, K. Now, if you look at your sheet, more than is starred. And remember, when we see the starred ones, what we really want to do is we want to flip what's on either side of that sign. So we want the K to go first, and then the plus, and then the 4. And what I'd actually like you to do is you can even scribble out this initial part. That's a wrong answer. So you can scribble that one out, and we just want that second part after you've flipped it. All right, we have a few more. So let's go the quotient. Quotient, if you look on your sheet, it means divide. So we're going to be dividing 7. And is where the division symbol will go. A number is equal to 12. Next one is 46. And then we have this whole is equivalent to is equals a number. Increased by means plus, and then negative 5. So pretty much everything you just kind of write it as you see it. The only ones would be our star ones. So if you look again, the starred ones are more than, fewer than, less than, and subtracted from. All right, what do we have? Just a couple more. All right, so 14 added to. So added to just means plus. 3 is means equal a number. And it might be tempting to go ahead and put 14 plus 3 and write 17, but we do not need to do that right now. We'll start solving these in a little bit. All right, next one, 20 less than a number, and less than is one that is starred. So we're going to flip around and say x minus 20. And we're going to scribble out this one because it's not right. All right, next, a number multiplied by, so put your dot, 35 is negative 70. All right. 1/2. So 1/2 is our fraction. So it's going to look like 1/2. And then we just have the word of. If you look on your sheet, the word of by itself is always times. So times a number is 50. And then let's do the last three. So 13 divided by a number is 1. And we talked yesterday also about how if you want to write it like this instead, 13 and then divided by x is 1, that is fine to write as a fraction also. All right, I'm going to do, let's see, 7 subtracted from means minus. Twice means 2 times, and then a number x is 14. I'm going to change color so you guys can see how this works. So subtracted from is 1. If you look at your sheet, subtracted from is one that is starred. So we talked yesterday about how we don't want to flip everything. We just want to flip what's on either side of, oh, everything changes. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, never mind. We want to just flip what's on either side of the minus, not writing the whole thing backwards. But in this one, it's a little bit trickier because what we're actually going to flip is the 7 is going to flip with everything up to the equal sign. So we want to flip the 7 with the 2 and the times and the x so that all of this twice a number comes out front and the 7 goes afterwards. So what it ends up looking like is 2 times x. Notice that did not change order. Just the minus and the 7. And then the equals 14 is still at the end. Right, and then we can scribble out this one because it is wrong. And last one, 24 less than a number. Hopefully we're getting the hang of it and noticing less than is one of our flipping ones. So we're going to start with x minus 24, and we're going to scribble out the rest of them. All right, so you guys are going to do some practice today. Just to kind of get the hang of this, one of the activities you're going to do is actually translating and then using what we know of order of operations, so grouping, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract, to simplify the expression that you wrote. So, and I did some examples for you. So good luck, and I'm excited to see all the work you did when I get back tomorrow.